Just playing
because
with your
of
stick again. Can't take you
I know
anywhere.
it's like kind of going limp on me here.
You
But
didn't give your mic Viagra today.
yeah, I know.
Do 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 do. Small talk.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. I'm your host Dylan, as always joined by my co-host Sean.
How's it going?
How's it going?
We're
How's it going, Sean?
we're all right. We're all right. Little under the weather, but I'm getting there.
All right. And yeah, speaking of under the weather, we are understaffed as well today.
Mm-hmm.
We are missing Eddie. He wasn't able to make it, and he may start slowing down, making appearances in the show. Just not exactly sure when he'll be back, but we're happy to have him anytime he wants. And then Brenton had something going on tomorrow morning, so he wasn't able to make it to the show here. That's great. It's fine. We actually have a pretty good show here as far as news. Pretty excited for some of the things we're going to cover, and more importantly, I'm excited to see everyone in the chat. Let's see who we got. We got Toy Mafia, Ducathri, Jose, Caffeinated Comic Fan, Mark P, and Absolute Irwin. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I'm excited. Obviously, one show we don't go live, and it's pretty much been a month then since we've been live. So it feels good. Feels really good to be back live doing the show like normal. I'm excited. So yeah. First off, we'll just kind of start like we always do with what we've got new since the last show. So Sean, kick us off, baby.
Yeah. So the first thing I got was that's gone. Russell from Mattel. That's that Pixar line. It's really cool. He has like a candy bar. It just fell on the floor, but comes with a little flag, and then his little cup right there comes off. Even has the missing button. So he's still trying to get that last merit badge there. I
Doesn't
thought
he
he was
get it
really
at the
cool.
end of? Doesn't he get it at the end of the movie?
The old man gives him one. I don't think he ever truly gets it, but I thought he give. I don't remember. Maybe he does get it. I think he does. And then
I'm pretty sure he does at the
the
end.
the
And
old man the old man gives it to him.
Yeah.
And then the one thing that sucks about it though is he's super back heavy because of that backpack. So like he's leaning forward like this, which I guess kind of makes sense. If you have like a heavy backpack too, you're kind of like leaning forward trying to keep it up too. And then I got a ton of NECA stuff from the TMNT Universal Monsters line. So there's the Bride of Frankenstein, April O'Neil. She was really cool, and she has this like little purse on the side. And then she also comes with 3 little sewer accessories and like a spider, little spider, and then a rat with an ear on it,
Okay.
and then another rat with an eyeball in its belly right there. So that was really cool. And around the same time I picked that up, I also got the Igor turtle, and his shell opens up and has all the stuff in it. It's really cool. And then the last turtle I just recently got about a week ago is the TMNT Mummy. And this is the one I was really excited for, just because I really enjoyed the Mummy, the Universal's Mummy, and he comes with an extra head sculpt, kind of like zombied out almost.
So
And
which
then
one
the
of
snake.
the mummies do you like better? This one or the one that you showed off last show?
Um,
the Universal Monsters version.
I like the gimmick better on the Igor version, just because the shell pops out and it's like storage and stuff. Kind of lends to that like freakiness kind of stuff. And then, but my favorite one so far is definitely the Mummy. That was the one I was drawn to the most with the Universal Monsters
Okay.
and with the TMNT. I would definitely say this is my favorite.
Yeah, but which one out of the two?
The Mummy.
The regular Mummy?
No, the TMNT Mummy.
Yeah, no,
Right,
I'm
that's
saying,
what you're asking, right?
no, the Universal Monsters Mummy and the TMNT Mummy. Which one do you like more?
The Universal Monster one, because it's gonna have that accessory pack coming out. I really want to get that sarcophagus. So,
Oh, okay.
but my NECA line is kind of coming together, man. I mean, it's taking up the whole top half of my TV shelf. So kind of blocks like the bottom quarter of the TV.
Sure.
But it looks really cool though.
Okay.
What about you? What'd you get?
Yeah, so I had an okay couple of weeks. One of them I haven't told you about, so you'll hear about it here. But first, I'll go tune into the chat here. Caffeinated Comic Fan says Mezco Wolverine for Figure of the Year. Hey, did you check out last episode, Caffeinated, where we kind of went over some possible nominees that need to be remembered by the end of the year? That was on our list for a lot of things, I believe. So he gets the grape soda pin instead. And then Mark T
Yes.
said still waiting for it. I am waiting for it as well. But yeah, that's right. It was a grape soda pin for the badge, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Kevin to come back into stock. The like the bird. I guess it's like a dodo bird or something. I don't know. But I'm still waiting for that one. And then I think I'm pretty good. I don't think I want to get the Incredibles. But and then
Okay.
they also had the Toy Story. There's one other one I can't remember.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. They look pretty cool. I actually got the Crush for our neighbor's kid for his birthday. The Crush and
Oh
then
yeah, the
what's
Crush.
little
The
ones.
Crush. Yeah, I have that.
Yeah. Alvin, thanks for tuning in. Ekwan, good to see you guys. So things I got new first. I'll just start off with non-figure stuff. Usually I don't do a ton of this, but oops, that's not what I wanted. Thanks. I got the Devil's Reign trade,
Mm-hmm.
which I am excited for. I know there's Moon Knight tie-ins, and I really like. I've heard really good things about this storyline, so I'm gonna read this at some point. Coming up here, and then I also got the second trade for Alien. What is it? Volume 2. It's considered,
Mm-hmm.
right? And these are trades, right? Like I'm.
Yeah,
I'm
these are
calling
trade
them the right thing?
paperbacks.
Okay. Yeah, so this is 7 through 12. I read 1 through 6, and I really liked it, actually. I didn't expect to like it that much. I got the hardcover of Batman 89. And then I got Carnage Collection, Volume 1.
That's a good one.
Our comic book store had a sale. That's why I ended up kind of stocking up. And then
That's cool.
I canceled my order with Hasbro Pulse and found the Hasbro Legends Venom and
Nice.
2-pack.
Okay, so what do you think? Like the pictures don't do it justice, or is it worse, or is it better? Or
Hold on 1 second here. Sorry, sorry. What was your question?
I said, is it better than what everybody's been saying, or what do you think? The pictures were a
So-
little bit off.
I will say there is really not much wrong with Venom. I think Venom is great.
That's what I've heard.
I really like Venom. My only complaint is if you don't want the wings, he's got pretty gigantic holes here. At least they paint in the inside of them. So like on screen here, They don't look terrible, but they're not great. They're I don't know.
Hasbro addressed that in one of their videos on Facebook, I think.
Did they?
And
What
they just kind of
did they
addressed
say?
it. They didn't say anything much about it. But like, we hear you guys about the holes and stuff, and we're working on it, kind of thing, So probably
Yeah.
nothing happens.
Yeah, right. I do really like the fact that they did at least paint the inside. Yeah, I don't know what I think of them. Yeah, they're distracting. I do know what I think of them. I'd rather not have them. But as the great Tony Soprano says, what are you going to do about it? Or what can you do? So this is like the wing. And so I will say I really like the wing material. It's like, it's really hard to describe. It's like a soft, hard plastic kind of thing. And comes in two pieces. I didn't just break it there. But it's like bendable. Like you can see me like being able to push into it here. It goes like that. But yet you can hear it, what it sounds like together. It's pretty sturdy. So I do like the material of this a lot. More than like other wings. More than like sorry, that was really loud. More than the NECA Gargoyles wings that are like that hard, thin plastic.
And that's all it is, yeah.
And then more than it's the same with the SH Figuarts King Ghidorah. It's the same thing, kind of same idea with that guy. So the other head sculpt for Venom, sorry, a lot of the packaging, it's the new packaging, obviously, so it's all wrapped up. So that's what he comes with. And this is his other head sculpt. Pretty decent, but just doesn't show off as much. I wish the teeth would be more... you can't really see there because of the brightness from the computer. But they're not blended well. They just kind of look a little... I wish they would have put a little bit more detail into where the teeth come together. Where you can see some of the other like the teeth detail when they meet each other. But yeah, overall I really like the Venom. He's a big hulking figure. Fan of him. I think that he is well done. Now on to Null. I will say overall the body is cool. Like the design, you can get a lot of like posing out of him, a lot of soft rubber, kind of weird smooth rubber. A lot of this feels like fresh new design. I like that out of it. I will say the shoulder pads, they inhibit a little bit, but not as much as I would have thought. His fingers. Overall, I would say he's a great sculpt, not a great paint job. Because I don't even know, to be honest, if they did paint him. But for instance, I wish there were some details there in like his knuckles and then his fingernails, maybe / claws, whatever you want to call them. Not a big fan of that. And then his head sculpt. While I don't hate it as much as people were making it out to be on social media.
Dean?
What up?
What up, Dean? How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
We're supposed to have Mark joining us too, but I don't know where he went. So
I'm so glad you brought this figure or this 2-pack on.
Why?
I don't know if you've talked about it yet. I jumped on my YouTube and I saw you guys live and I saw you talking about this. I was like, I got to jump on.
So
everyone was upset that figure that you're holding doesn't have slots for the wings.
I was just thinking that.
Because
the whole point was
apparently-
that he flies.
Yeah, like the Venom only had the wings for like a scene or two in the.
It was like the last
comic.
couple issues, maybe something like that.
Yeah, but like a majority of the story, that character has the wings. wings.
Right when he's like in his full form, which I feel like you also barely see. I'll just go ahead and say the wings overall, in my opinion, were unnecessary. But anyway, he is big, so like this, like both Venom and him, pretty like he's I think
They
even
measure
taller
up.
than Venom. And this is like
wow.
a 12 scale GI Joe,
Oh
pretty
wow!
much at foot level with them. So they're enormous figures.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, the mold is good. I don't like the paint. His eyes are well done with the red. But I don't like that there's no shading, no dry brushing anywhere, anything. Like they just used the mold and ran pretty much is what it feels like.
Yeah, because I like the body with the armor, but there's no like
Right.
detail on it. It's just kind of
Exactly.
like a molded plastic.
Yep, and that's.
But it's a cool looking figure. I watched a few reviews. I know zero about whatever it's from. But it looked like a cool 2-pack.
I've read half the storyline. I think all up, 6 paperback trades, and I've read the first 3, and I forget what issues that's through.
What do
but
you
then
think about? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is his. What is it, Sean? The Dark.
The
Blade?
Necro Sword.
Necro Sword. Yeah, right. It's what. What's his nuts? Uses.
Gore.
Gore. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Low key, I want
this
that
thing-
sword so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
this
it's a
thing
good.
is fucking
It's a
sick.
cool version.
I do
I don't
like
know
this.
if anybody plays Elden Ring in here, but there's a sword in the
I
game.
need to
called-
get on that.
It's called
Is-
the Blasphemous Blade, and it looks just like that. Hey, Mark.
Marky.
There he is.
What's up? What's up, you beauties?
Only 18 minutes late.
Oh man, my wife was so fucking pissed at me. I don't know.
No, that's
I don't
right.
want to talk about. That's
That's why
alright.
he's cracking open the beer, hanging with the boys.
But yeah, so he's not really inhibited by much either. He's more of kind of in the comic. He's definitely a more static character, it seems like, more than anything. Like, yes, when there's action scenes he's like all over the place or whatever, but also his other head sculpt. Sorry, this new fucking packaging is in there.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, how do you like it?
I don't mind it, but doing unboxings live is way worse now because you just hear me crackling paper everywhere. So this is the other head sculpt of him.
Oh, there you go.
I don't like it as much.
I was gonna say I like that one more than the toothy one.
You do?
Yeah, because it's more like I don't know anything. Again,
looks
I
more
don't know anything
more
about the
stoic.
story. Yeah, more stoic. You could maybe even fit him in on like a Dracula line or something, or like maybe you had like a Castlevania set of figures and you wanted to throw like a vampiric kind of guy in there. I mean, sans the Venom logo on his armor, but like you could futz him into other lines.
Yeah. I could see
It'd be a
that.
cool crossover with that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. I would say though,
I want the figure for that sole reason. I know nothing about someone Null. Don't
That
know who
NECA
that is.
Dracula is gonna come out soon, so that'd be a cool like crossover.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And-
cool shelf presence kind of.
And the
Right.
size of it, you could fit it in with larger scale figures,
It,
or
it
it's just a
doesn't-
giant 6-inch figure.
Yeah, you don't think so when you like look at it when it's not compared to something. You're like, oh, that's like, a normal Marvel Legends, but then you put it up against something and it's fairly large. So
Do you think it's worth the price?
Oh, what is the
That's-
price?
Oh,
It's
that was a
expensive.
deep breath.
yeah,
Oh.
well, it is hard to justify. It's like $80,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like what is it, $78 or something like that?
78,
God
79.
damn.
Yeah, and
$40 a figure?
that's where I will go back to saying the wings were unnecessary because that's what you're paying a
Oh,
lot of.
yeah.
I know you're also paying for the new. I think isn't pretty much everything with Null new, Sean?
I don't remember on that one. I
Okay.
know a
'cause I
lot
know
of the
the
stuff that's
Venom
been
is
coming
all
out has been
reused,
it's
but-
all new. It's all new sculpts and stuff, and all new molds. Like I thought I was gonna like the packaging and like the idea behind it, but I really don't like it. I feel like even just with the basic figures that they have, you're paying more money for less of a presentation, like shelf presentation, I guess. If you were like a inbox collector, and just like, it's just cardboard and like wax paper.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. Can you go over the packaging?
I threw it away already. Actually,
Oh, okay.
So it's just like a windowless box, and inside, it's just everything wrapped up like this, pretty much in spacers.
Yep. And cardboard spacers, and I think that's very cheap of them, and I get like saving the costs and stuff.
Well,
but like we're paying more.
It's the environmental thing.
Well,
They're
it's the
trying to get rid of
sustainability
plastic,
stuff. I
'cause
get that, but
everything-
no one's recycling
everything-
that shit.
Yeah, nobody care
I mean-
about the environment. Let's be honest here.
I
Not when
mean,
it comes
yeah,
to that.
everything is recyclable in the package. I recycle,
I mean,
but it's just
I-
because it's an option here. When I was in an apartment, obviously I didn't at all. But
I really cared about the environment until they started doing the paper
hold on one
straws.
second, I'm having-
And then I was like, you know
We
what?
gotta save the turtles so they could keep being turtles. I don't really know what turtles.
Dean, I'm the same way. I'm like, every time, like as soon as I got a paper straw, I was like, remember you used to cut out the 6-ring, like the 6-pack of soda, so that the turtles or the fish wouldn't choke on them. As soon as I had a paper straw, I was like, you know what? Fuck them turtles.
Is that Raven spawn?
So this, I showed him off last week, and I finally took him out, and this is a cool figure too.
Dude, I remember the first. Well, I don't know about the first, but like the mid 2000s Raven spawn, that figure was so fucking badass. I still have it somewhere.
This, for how bulky this guy is too, he's fairly like still
Articulated.
posable. Like, he's got a lot of armor. I've popped off like his armor or his shoulder up here already. Like this area inhibits him a lot, but overall, it's a really cool. He comes with this chain too, which I really don't like as much as the staff here, but this is a really cool figure.
How does Noel scale with that?
Almost the same size, so that's actually why I want to
Oh.
show him up. So this is
Okay.
supposed to be 7
That's a
inch.
cool crossover.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, see, it
7
would
inch
fit
and
with that
that's
too. Yeah,
With Spawn, that's a cool crossover with Spawn.
The Noel's a
And
cool figure, bro. Honestly,
I know-
I kind of
Oh, he
want
is.
it, but 80
I know
bucks.
I know the Spawn is his own license.
Oh.
What up, Fern, and everything like that. But this $20. Actually, I got this thing for the only reason I bought it is because it was on sale and clearance at Target for $7.
Bro,
This was $7, and this was like pretty much like $40.
yeah.
Like, I guess.
Yeah, that's the one thing about McFarlane figures, which is crazy because back in the day, like I said, the early 2000s when they were like more like static figures, they were expensive. 25, 30 bucks back in like the 2000s. Like that wasn't anything to, kind of, wave a stick at. They were
Right.
like premium figures. And
Yep.
in actuality, they were like miniature statues. So
With a
to have a
few
line, yeah, to have a line that's competitive today, still staying at the $20 mark with I mean, let's be honest, the sculpts compared to even like a Legends or Black Series are uncomparable. They're so well done. Maybe you could argue the faces sometimes, but like in terms of the detail on the body, the armor, the clothes, I mean, McFarlane is.
But if you're only
Far
going to
and
pay
away.
$20 for it,
Exactly.
I feel like
It's
I
like-
can like when they came out with that exclusive scarecrow from the game, I was like, damn it, man, that looks so cool, And
Yeah.
I still want it. And there's a guy
Bro.
here at San Antonio who had it, and I will talk about it here in a little bit. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it. There's another one coming out, but it's black and white.
I don't even particularly like DC, and I've bought
No, I don't have it.
like
actually.
4 McFarlane DC figures this year.
I bought
Like,
two
because they're
today.
so good.
Well, and they're so cheap that you don't feel bad about it either. You don't
Yeah.
feel bad taking a chance on one.
Like if you like just don't go and buy anything just because there's been nothing out, it's been sold out, or just nothing you've wanted's there. Like it's a good option,
Yeah.
Like after considering that scarecrow, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad, you know? And like, if you wanted a cool figure, you get a bigger size figure at a cheaper price.
Like, okay, let me put this into perspective. And say what you will about the figure itself, but the Kickstarter Spawn, that was what, $70, I think, if you got one. You get the figure itself, beautifully sculpted. The cape is cool. Different head sculpts, hands, weapons. A comic book, a clamshell pack, then it's foam put into its own art box that has like magnetic closing and like printed detail. And then
Comes with the
Hasbro
stand.
comes out,
Comes with
the
the
stand.
the card, which is whatever, but still.
Yeah, but like an entire presentation, like, look at this, you made this happen. Look how cool this is. And then Hasbro's like, hey, here's 2 fucking Marvel Legends for more than in a fucking shoebox
Yeah,
with
yeah,
some
yeah.
wax paper.
Send
Like,
it in
come
a
on.
send it in a smaller box, you know, like just like ship me the figure.
Right,
you
bro?
know?
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, Hasbro, that would be $250, and if you sold 30,000 copies, then they add a paint variant. It's like it just does
Right, but
not.
assholes.
it's not
that
equal.
sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I want that Null figure just because you could futz him in kind of anywhere. But at that price, dude, like, absolutely fucking not. Like,
Right.
no way.
Yeah, I pretty much
McFarlane
agree
is killing it, bro.
Yeah, I would pretty much agree with all that. One thing I would say, what Sean said earlier, I don't care about the packaging with Legends. If we were changing the packaging with like Hot Toys or something, that really ruins presentation with something high end or
Right.
something like that.
Bro, but
I would care more.
$80?
You're getting into the cheaper SH Figuarts realm
Yeah.
for less.
Right. No,
Way
price
less.
wise
Yeah.
is fine, but I don't like box wise. I don't give a shit about.
Oh,
that.
dude, at $80, you fucking better give me a presentation, bro. like,
It better
I
be
mean,
acrylic
even like,
case.
even like a $40 Goku. I mean, it's open. But
Your Goku you did in the Pose Wars, that was, I mean, what? It's only like another $30 off.
less, yeah. And you get like a ton of hands, a bunch of face sculpts, amazing articulation. I mean, Legends articulation is pretty good. I can't really complain. A window box, a good display. There's art on the side. I have mine like lined up next to each other because you could just see each figure, what each box is.
Instruction page instead of just a credit page.
Right? Like, here's a QR code. Go online and look at the instructions. Like, okay, I mean, I guess, but that's kind of shitty. But again, that's a $40 figure. And sure, you're getting 2 kind of bigger scale figures, but bro, $80, not including shipping
Like
and
yeah.
tax yet. I mean, if you get charged tax, whatever state you're in, like, come on, dude, you got to give me something better than.
So, yeah, what I'm worried about is that they're gonna come up with like, since I think a lot of what Null is really new. I think they're gonna do a ton of more versions of him. They'll probably do one now with wings. They'll probably do a better head sculpt. Now.
Oh, you know it,
Shit
bro.
like
Because
that.
everybody
So-
was complaining about the wings, so they're gonna be like, okay, we'll just release one for.
The deluxe version.
Yeah,
And it's gonna come in the
exactly.
bigger packaging. It'll come with the bigger packaging and
more
Well,
accessories.
more
thing is-
cardboard.
They gotta pay for
Yeah.
the new molds and stuff like that, and that's how they usually do it. Is just by
Bro.
doing, like different versions.
Ain't no
of
way.
all that shit. So
Paying
they
for the
gotta
new
make it-
molds is not a
they-
fucking thing, bro.
They got to make it for them. So that's how they run as their business. Do I think it's shitty? Yes, I hate the.
I mean,
constant, like,
yeah, I'm
newer
not saying
version
you're an
things.
apologist, but it's like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, I
you
don't.
also
I don't-
shoved in a Venom in the package that's already been, that body's been reused like 4 times already. It's like the 4th Venom they've used that body on.
Yeah,
so it's like-
I think it's the second one.
They're making
Second or-
money hand
No,
over
this is the
fist,
third
bro.
third one. I think it's.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if it's the
But-
same size as the movie Venom.
It's the exact same body.
Is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's that one, the retro, and this one now?
Something. I think it's pieces of the retro, but a lot of it is the movie one. But okay, let me get to the chat here. Caffeinated said, "Love those figures. Found a 3D printed axe for Venom on Etsy. Null's hands are weak, however, he barely holds a sword. He held it fine for me when I was kind of messing around with
I
him.
think he just likes you better.
Let's see that. Yeah, that Null's way bigger than it looks. He really is. Niculio, thanks for hopping in. Ekwan said they charge extra to support the environment because Hasbro really cares about that. Yeah, so like that was my point. If the box, like, if we're paying more because of the box, then that makes me angry. Then I care.
Yeah.
But I don't think we are. I don't think we're paying more for the box.
I think
we're just paying more for everything else.
You know,
general.
at the school, we're getting a lot of training on like sustainability kind of stuff. And almost any company you can Google has some kind of sustainability type stuff, you know? And if you're going to charge me more for a box because you want to help save the environment, well, then you're giving me a whole bunch of plastic on top of it anyway. You know, like I think I need a little bit more when it comes to a box.
I mean, like I said, if that's the reason they're going up, then yeah, I 100% agree with you guys. But like, if you know, if the figure themselves are just going up because like other regular Marvel Legends and shit like that have gone up, then just because, you know, inflation.
But don't
whatever they
market
wanna
it as
justify
this
it
new.
with.
Don't market it as this new and improved box that is this and it's that, and you know,
That's what you got.
it's gonna help.
They're
It's
just
gonna help
fucking
us.
Sniffing their own farts, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
come
you
on,
kinda
get off
gotta
your.
do that. You gotta hype it. They're not gonna come out and be like, "Well, we're sorry to do this to you guys, but here's some really boring boxes and packaging."
Hey, you know what? Cool. If that's what you want to do, but you ain't charging me more.
Right. Yeah. So like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If
Like,
I'm
we're
getting the
paying for it,
same
then
amount of
that's-
figure in a less attractive packaging, then you're not charging me the same fucking price.
Right.
It's a bunch of
Morellis,
horse shit.
Thanks for tuning in. Big ol' Fern, he's tuning in. What I like most about McFarlane is how much he cares with DC and their gun ban on figures. He goes and
You know,
releases
fuck.
an ammunition pack with a whole bunch of weapons. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Stick it to the man. Yeah. He's done that, and Mezco have both done that now.
While we're
Yes.
on the big old Fern real quick, I want to show something that he let me pick up off him. This is the last thing I needed to show. It's a 9.4 Annihilation Conquest number 6. I've been looking for this book for years. Never found one. Never wanted to buy it off of eBay or anything like that. This is the first appearance of the new Guardians of the Galaxy. So what the movies are based off of, right? The Star-Lord and Gamora and all those guys.
Nice.
So it was really short printed. It got a 9.4. He goes, I think it should have been a 9.8. And I was like, okay, well, I'll take a look. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at it now. I think it totally could have been a 9.8. Unless there's something wrong on the inside, I think it's definitely a 9.8. So I think I want to crack it.
Can you appeal and submit for another?
You can, but you get charged and all kinds of
And you
stuff.
might not even get a 9.4 again.
Right. yeah.
Exactly.
You could get less.
You could send this in, and you know, a
Have them do
decent
it?
portion of the time they'll honor it. But if you got an a-hole looking at it at the time, then,
Yeah, like, oh, you didn't agree with me before? Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it sucks because we don't have the well, I guess now you're getting graders notes.
well, not on all of them. You'll get them
No?
on maybe like the online portion, but it won't get noted all the time.
Damn, that sucks.
So this was the last thing I got. I obviously haven't taken her out yet, but it's Mafex Jean Grey.
Oh,
Hey,
man, I really wanted to get that.
Supposed to be a good figure, and I will continue to say that Mafex has improved portraits so fucking much.
I think Mafex has improved a lot.
Yeah, on our
Huge.
show, on our last show, we went over like mid-year rewards, and they were my most improved company. So, hey, Caitlin, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, it's hard.
Good to have you. All right, so we can kind of. Oh wait, now that we got Dean and Mark on, did you guys get anything small that you guys want to talk about? In addition to your already small things.
They grow, brother. Trust me.
You're a bastard.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing I got close
I
to
come
me,
on to hang out with you, and
I actually grabbed the DC Super Woman today. She looked nice and thick, so I got her
McFarlane.
the McFarlane one. I don't have a picture of it. It's out in my vehicle. I usually
Oh.
hide my recent purchases in my vehicle, and then I bring that
Go
shit
out
in
when
when I
she's
start looking.
sleeping.
But I did get the. I can't remember the
Oh,
female's name.
Bat-
But we talk about the cool DC characters.
Yeah, it was like
Like,
Batman,
yeah, that's the one I
um,
got the other
Batwoman.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looked so good. And
Where's she
I
at?
mean, not to sound like a pervert, like I noticed the other day, like, because I had also gotten the GI Joe. I saw
I took the wings off, but
yeah,
Um,
the GI Joe Baroness, the one that came in a retro packaging. The packaging was all like beat up, but it was like the original card packaging. I couldn't turn it down though because it was she looked good.
sometimes.
So
if it's
sometimes you're
got
just a
beat up-
pervert and buying
So-
stuff. I don't know.
Jesus. Sometimes if it's got beat up packaging, Mark, you can go up there and ask him for a discount, and like I think like Walmart has a base of 10%. But Caitlin
I should do
asked,
that.
"Can I play trivia?" Yes, that is about halfway through the show. So
We got one for you.
After our NECA segment, we usually have trivia. So stay tuned. We will be getting there.
I did get some
Um,
stuff, but I haven't gotten in the mail yet. So
Okay. Well, you have to let
Next
us know
time.
what that is. Come on,
Yeah,
show
next
it
time.
off. But okay,
crap,
well,
what's the
let's hit the news then. Holy shit, my computer's being slow. Am I breaking up at all?
Nope.
No, you sound fantastic. You're just
Okay.
slow.
well,
Real quick, Caitlin, it's just for points on this one. When we get about 10-ish points racked up, we'll do a giveaway.
Yep. So, first thing on the news menu is we got Mezco. They only had one release, so this is a Rumble Society release, the Hawk P40 Howling Fury Edition. And so we've already had this guy once. I passed on this thing, actually. I really
I like
didn't
this
care
one
at
better
the
than the
time.
other one, though.
I do too. I was kind of mad about it, but I didn't want to have two of this guy. The other one is really easy to still find. I like the other one. I just didn't need two versions of this guy. I like his colors way more.
Yeah,
like
the golden, it's green, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like that way more. But
Are
I
the
also-
accessories the same? Or is this new stuff?
yep, it's pretty. I'm pretty sure it's the same. It might even be less.
this is their own original character.
Yeah, correct.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he's a kind of a cool character, kind of not. But one thing, well, I mean, there's certain things that are kind of like gimmicky on him, but I do like how he looks overall, and like I don't know, it's a interesting character design. But what I didn't like about this is they've been doing it for a while, you know, recoloring their brand figures from Rumble Society and you know the
The
Gomez
Hornets
universe, whatever.
and the
Hasn't
skulls.
rubbed me. Hasn't really rubbed me the wrong way until we started not getting any of their regular released figures. Obviously, like Batman '89, everyone knows about
Oh,
that.
that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, that's like what everyone complains about, but that's not even like the only figure that's been going this long, delayed this long. Even Predator, Alien should have been out already.
They haven't even
the
announced the Power
Miss-
Rangers.
Mr.
Yeah.
Freeze. At this point, I don't know if you want them to announce it, Sean, because you just want them to catch up with the shit that they're supposed to
Yeah.
release.
Maybe
that keeps getting
2026.
delayed.
Yeah.
I'm more hype about their Iron Man right now. That's the only one I'm
Oh.
worried about.
God, yeah. So it's driving me nuts. It just seems like they're just like biding their time, pretty much. Waiting for those to come out and just giving us repaints of these. And this is the first one that came out, and I'm like, okay, they're totally just putting off releasing all their other figures that they've already showcased. And just
What
giving
do you
us
think's
these
the
repaints
issue
to pay
then?
for 'em or something.
If
Huh?
they're putting it off, what do you think's the issue?
I think Gomez, the Mez, the CEO,
Mm-hmm.
in that interview, he's said multiple times that he's like kind of OCD ish with his like perfectionist type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that he's really trying to
Oh my
perfect a lot of
God.
the designs, and it takes a long time to like approve, like not approve. So that's why I was saying that. That's why I've said before, to where if these figures don't come out, good like they should, they're gonna piss a lot of people off, and it could really not be good for the brand. I have confidence that they'll come out well, even like objectively speaking. I think they'll be good because of that. But if they don't, they got to make people happy with these.
Do you think
Ekwan,
then?
what?
I was gonna say, do you think this is just a fix?
What do you mean?
Get
fix?
get your Mez fix, and
Yeah.
here's
they're
here's
trying to
something
That's
stay-
for
exactly
you.
what it is.
Yeah, they're trying to keep a steady, stream of revenue coming in at all times. That's part of being a business. You can't go 3 months without releasing a product, right? Or having a product release. But Ekwan said, my son is approaching 3 and I pre-ordered Batman before he was born.
That's rough,
That's
dude.
That
terrible.
is hilarious.
And it's a
Oh
shame
my
because
God.
any figure they release is like awesome, but it's always been this like pre-order window thing and its price, and then now the delays have gotten so bad where it's like. And as far as like this is actually, I think this is cooler than usually they have that cockroach head thing, which is I think it's called Mez. Oh, that thing is so fucking stupid.
Gomez. And
I don't care what
Gomez.
anybody says. That is
I
stupid.
like-
this
I like
this looks
Gomez.
cool. This looks cooler to me. But at the same time, nobody wants this. Get the Batman out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the heads
Like
I
it's
don't-
cute. It's cute. You got all these little side pieces. I don't know the proper term would be side bitch
Yeah.
or whatever. But come on, man, with the Batman. At least
Yeah.
give somebody an update. At least be transparent. It's been 3 years.
That's what I keep
Be
saying.
transparent.
Is
Be a
if
Todd.
they would just tell us what's going
Yeah.
on, like what fucking Four Horsemen does when they have delays. They'll be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, here's our." They'll give the actual like samples that they got back from the factory on their
Right.
their live streams to their fans on YouTube. They'll be like, "This is what we got." If you turn it around, they'll have marks on them. They'll be like, "We don't like this. We don't like this. We don't like this. This is why it's going back. Gonna be delayed. Whatever." Like they are so transparent with that stuff. And like
Yeah.
if Mezco would just send an email and just say, "Hey, sorry things keep getting pushed back. We're doing this, this, and this," or if they just gave everyone
But then
a credit,
then
or
have
something in
something
their
on
account.
deck, like
Yeah.
I like this. Okay, it's a get your fix kind of thing, but have something
Well-
on deck that people are actually like ready to grab.
Well,
Here's-
this
here's
is
the-
quick and
here's the
easy. That's why
problem.
they're doing it.
Yeah, here's the problem. So you have these figures that are being waited for, anticipated, pre-ordered, and Mezco releases something like this that people want their figure, right? So it's like, fuck, I'll get this too. Like I'll just get it. Like I want something new. I want a new Mezco. They'll get this. And that kind of rewards them, like, well, fuck, we could just keep selling this fucking thing over and over and take our sweet fucking time because they'll keep fucking buying it. So they have almost no incentive to really hurry the fucking pace up and get the shit done. That being said, this is cool looking. I do like it. I don't know anything about Rumble Society. I don't collect Mezcos. This looks like something out of Destiny. I don't know if anybody plays Destiny.
I
I
love
used
that
to.
game.
Yeah.
It's been
funny.
so
Yeah,
long.
totally definitely.
Yeah,
It's been
but-
so long.
I used to collect a bunch of Destiny figures, and I could easily, buy something like this and put that on the shelf. Do like my own custom or
Yeah.
whatever. So like, I understand there is a market for this kind of stuff, but yeah, it's like you're just rewarding bad behavior by buying all these releases when it's not really what
Right.
you want.
Supporting their story.
You're like trying to fill that void of the figure you don't have by a figure you don't even really need.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Pretty
that's my
much took
2
the words
cents.
out of my mouth, Dean, on kind of what I was saying with this, where I like this figure. It was pretty much the principle of feeling like it was a stopgap, pretty much for them.
Yeah.
They're just trying to like wave off people at the gates who are like trying to burst in
Yeah.
for their 89.
It's like, hey guys, we're not doing anything. Look at this.
They're like,
You
here's
could buy this.
We're not
Yeah.
useless,
Get
yeah.
out of here. This is the
Dylan,
first figure that it felt like that, and that's why I didn't get it. I would like this one. I do like this one. And the Rumble Society stuff, the coolest thing about it is typically the interchangeableness of it all. You can put like skulls on there, all of that stuff. Whatever head you want on top of them, you can change out parts a lot of times. Though that part of it's cool, and that's why I would like this one. But yeah, I'm to the point where it's like the principle of it, I don't want it.
I will say, to play devil's advocate, we do live, and I brought this up on Collecting Weekly. We live in a post-COVID world where we're still dealing with delays everywhere. Food, supplies,
The things
shit
that
we don't
actually
really
matter.
need. Yeah, things that actually matter, and then things like this that are entertainment and for fun. Like, the world is just in a starry state right now. So like, I'm not super like. I mean, I'm not really invested in Mezco anyway, so I'm not upset personally. But even if I was, I wouldn't be too upset because it's like, look, like that's just the way things are right now, and it's going to take a long time for things to get back to somewhat normal. But yeah I mean, they got to stop dragging their fucking heels.
Right. That's what I said last game is that they were not this bad before COVID. That's like how I know that it still affects things because this was not a problem before COVID.
That's true. You're not wrong. I remember the show even back then because I always
They were
gave
dropping
Mezco
it,
shit. Like, can we
what,
stop
every
talking
2
about
months?
Mezco? Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, it just comes down to the transparency. Just like let us know what's going on, so we know that that stuff's still happening.
When you buy Mezco, do they take money out front or like from them directly, or is it when it
depends
ships?
if it's a direct exclusive on their store, and it's in stock right away. Then then it's the whole thing because then they say it ships within 14 days. But if it's a pre-order, then there's a non-refundable deposit on their website. Now, if it's a regular standard release, it depends on wherever you are buying it from. Like whether it's Big Bad, it's your local comic book store, it's whatever. On their standard releases, like that's what Wolverine was a regular release. So
At least for me, I guess my thing is like I'll round it up. My $100 can only be held for so long,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't-
100%.
there's some people that are saying that where they're upset because with the 89 Batman, which was an MDX, so that was an exclusive through their website. There's 2 ways you can choose to pay. Either you can pay by your credit card, and you get charged a non-refundable deposit, and the rest when it gets released. The second way is you do PayPal, and if you do PayPal, you're paying everything up front. And there's people who have done that. I tried not to do that for this exact reason, but I understand why and when people do. They'll have their reasons for doing it, but then you have this risk of Mezco having your $110 for 3 years.
And there's no way to get that money back at that point.
I think they have been refunding people if they ask for it, but the one nice thing is, like, inflation-wise, like, by the time this figure comes out, someone said this in one of the groups, we're getting a deal on this 89 Batman. Because, like, it's probably $130, $150 figure nowadays.
And really, that's the disgusting part because because a lot of the talk it's been delayed because the fabric it's got to have that leathery,
That
rubbery
one-piece
suit.
Yeah.
So it's too expensive. So then Mezco doesn't want to pay the money, but it's like you already put the pre-order up, so they put it up for 3 years. So then you're stuck because if you cancel it, you're fucked because they had your money for 3 years, and then somebody else is going to step in and they save themselves 3 years of having their money do nothing, So you can't cancel it. You're literally stuck.
And then the
you
NRD.
can't cancel it. So you can't be like, oh, you know what, Mezco, I'm going to show you. Mezco's just going to be like, all right, next man up. Now it's 120.
So you're saying
It's disgusting.
The guys who ordered I should say
day one
like
pre-order guys.
Yeah, I would say day one, but honestly, 89 Batman sold out within 20 minutes. So I would say first 20 minutes order order guys. They should get some sort of like loyalty reward
Batmobile.
for having
Yeah,
their
or
money.
give it. At this point, they should be adding a head sculpt or something, because the head sculpt wouldn't add much to them.
Which
you know
they
what I mean?
might. Yeah, we've seen it before. When
And
everyone-
Mezco, before all this happened, it was a pretty good company, but this is a penny pinch situation. They should have just cut their loss, paid the extra for whatever fabric, because they created a prototype, right?
yeah.
So you know what I
don't
mean?
know.
If you're gonna take
Yeah.
the loss, just take the loss, and then everybody could say, "Oh, this '89 Batman goes for $300 now." Instead, it's become a gigantic joke, you know. And next thing you know, Hot Toys will come out with or will release another '89 Batman, and it'll be $300, and it's like, what are you gonna buy, a Hot Toy or a Mezco for $300? Because that's what the Mezco is gonna cost. Because people waited 3 years, it's gonna be limited, and then it's just gonna
Yeah.
it just adds a bad taste. These are supposed to be collectible. It's not collectible if you're just sitting there with your money up your ass for 3 years. I mean, I think Mezco is a great company, but the whole Batman '89 thing is a complete shit show.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely has been. I would say they'd probably even agree with you.
I mean, you know, they know that's the situation, but you know, somebody needs to just be like, all right, we need to pull the trigger and get these things
Right.
made.
All right, so moving on here to Mafex. We had 2 releases. I know these were a while back, but we'd kind of missed them with the last show since we kind of did a different type of show. So this one is the T800 Terminator 2 battle damage version. Ranges from, like, depending where you get it from, if you go overseas or here, you know, like Big Bad or Entertainment Earth, it'll cost you anywhere from about $90 to $110. So I will always say, for how they've been turning out, these portraits are not doing them justice. These look grainy and terribly like face printed, but when you get them in hand, they do not look this bad. I promise you. The Jean Grey is an example of that. Like a lot of the movie with the Doctor Strange was an example of that. But this one looks pretty cool. The paint apps are interesting. We haven't seen a ton of Terminators like this. I think one of his accessories, I forgot to include it, is his thumb, like coming out of the, what is it, like the lava. with
That's
his thumbs up.
amazing.
Yeah, that's like an accessory, which is hilarious. But yeah, so we got this guy. He's due October of 2023, and then we got Murphy Head. Or what? Murphy Head damage version from
Oh.
RoboCop.
I was like, that's a whole figure.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. They call it that, Murphy Head. Anyways, so this is the RoboCop battle damage version, 100, and it'll be about the same, $90 to $110, due August of 2023. And this guy comes pretty loaded, a little bit more than the Terminator did. But he's got like his kind of sniper rifle, his pistol. He's got that spike thing. Isn't that one of the more gory parts when he uses that spike in the movie? I gotta
Yeah.
Get
rewatch
someone
it.
in the jugular, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the reason you don't see it on TV.
yeah. I gotta rewatch it. It's got the baby food, a couple interchangeable parts there.
Now that last
Um,
accessory in the far corner, is that the one where it comes out of his leg, where it's got
Yeah.
like his
Where you put the pistol, yeah.
yeah,
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah. Yep, good call. So yeah, I gotta rewatch the movie. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I think this one looks really good. But
Yeah, it's a movie that holds up for like different reasons. You know, it's got like a different entertainment value from when
Right.
it came out.
yeah, I love that it's another one like Predator that just doesn't hold back from back
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
day. Okay, so
Bro, if you don't say
McFarlane-
punchline in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Spoiler.
Avatar. So moving on to McFarlane, the Avatar wave that was announced. There's 2 kind of separate waves, or 2 separate like groups of figures they did. One are like 2-inch figures and like really small things, and then there's like the collector wave, which is 7-inch line figures, and then The rest of them are not 7-inch scale, but they're bigger and supposed to be nicer. Kind of in, the same scale as their DC stuff and Spawn stuff. So I think there's a pack, the 6 figures in this first wave. So you can either buy all of these individually, or on their website you can do a bundle for $150 on their store, which is a pretty good deal, I think. If you look what the pricing is, it's pretty much getting a figure free here. But Jake Sully from the Avatar movie you get. All of these, by the way, ship in October. Jake Sully is $24.99. Is it Neytiri? How do you say her name? It's been
That was close enough.
I haven't watched the
Anyways.
movie since it was
Yeah,
in theaters, so
I haven't-
I
yeah.
haven't either. And you get her for $24.99, and then her Banshee is $50, and then Jake Sully's Banshee is also $50, and then you get the amp suit. You get the Colonel Miles Quaritch, who you can put in the amp suit, obviously. So that's pretty cool. I think he does scale. He still even looks big in that picture. He may scale with the Banshees, but I'm not 100% sure there.
Now the Banshees are. Oh wait, the Jake Sully, he's 7-inch scale or
Yes.
Okay.
So
I think they're all supposed to be scaled together, though, right?
yeah,
they say they are, but I don't think they are.
yeah. Because if they were 7-inch scale, then the Jake Sully would be probably what 13 inches tall.
Well, right, and then the Banshees would have to be enormous because they're like
Yeah.
They'd be like
small on
20-some
those
inches
Banshees.
tall. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Because
so
they
they're
wouldn't be able to
scaled
ride
down.
them, I guess.
Right, they're scaled down, but I think they're still like fairly detailed compared to their other ones because, like I said, they have another line of these that are smaller than this, just not
Bro.
as detailed.
I just want that mech, bro. That thing's
Yeah, that's
fucking
what I was literally
Yeah.
thinking. I was like, does he actually fit in that mech?
Yeah.
suit?
Yes, yeah, he does.
Dude,
The Colonel does.
Dude, I trashed this movie so much. It's a shame because I kind of really want all these. And I only trash it because they announced the sequel to come out in like 2014, and here we are
Well,
in
this is for-
2022.
Is
Yeah,
this
like
for
8
the sequel or this is for the?
No,
old
this is
movie?
the first movie.
original. Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But
yeah.
so then everybody, and then it's the 2022 movie. We see a trailer, then it's like, oh, they're editing 2024. I mean the Avatar 4, and I'm like, don't. I'm like, what the hell does that mean to me? I'll be dead before that movie comes out. Definitely
Yeah,
James
and-
Cameron. I mean, he's got to be up there.
James Cameron, I really
Rest in
like his
peace.
work, but he's also kind of a snob, and he's been a snob about
totally.
this movie. Like any movie that's like surpassed him, he's just shit
It-
talked.
That's what I was gonna say. I hate him because he put Avatar back in the theaters just to be in game.
Well,
Yeah,
it
oh,
is
yeah.
a way better movie than I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to.
Nah, actually, when that movie came out in 3D, I saw it a couple times in 3D. I was like, oh man, 3D is going to be different. It's going to change everything. And then I watched this movie like not in 3D, and I was just like, wow, this is a regular ass movie. Like I remember thinking like, holy shit, this doesn't even. I was like, I can't tell you how. Like, I was like sad after I watched it, and it's not a terrible movie, but I mean. This movie's box office was built on 3D, and the same thing when you go to Disney, because my kids, the Avatar ride, they're like, oh wow, that's so beautiful, and I'm like, oh, you want to watch the movie? And then like 5 minutes in, they're like, what the hell is this?
Bro, honestly, I know that they're coming out with a bunch of sequels, but for the fact that Avatar hasn't been relevant in when did
A
this movie
decade?
come out? 2012?
I think it had it been even.
I don't even know
before
when
that,
this
I
movie
think.
came out.
2000. I think it was 2012. Now you say it. Somebody in the chat will tell us.
I thought it's older than that. I think.
Anyway, considering this movie hasn't been relevant in X amount of years, insert here. Like, and they have a whole fucking
2009.
park, Disney
2009.
park. 2009. Jesus, and they have a whole fucking section of Disneyland dedicated to it. It's like, what the fuck? Why?
Oh, dude, fuck James Cameron, man. What a joker. Fuck that guy.
I don't know. Like
Go make another Terminator movie. you
everybody
fucking dork.
hyped the fucking shit out of this movie when it came out, and when I finally saw it, I was like, I guess like it was
Yeah.
like watchable. I don't hate it by any stretch of the imagination, but like really, and then like to have a whole like I said a whole section of Disneyland or whatever park that is. It just seems odd, but now we're coming into a whole new era of Avatar shit that's going to be coming out. So we'll see how it goes. But it just kind of blows my
agree.
mind.
It's in 4D.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Absolute urine. Okay, so moving on here before Mark gets even more worked up.
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding, Mark. Okay, so we got the Flash Page Punchers. This one is actually his own thing, but this is another 7-inch figure for their Page Punchers, because there's like 2 different versions of their Page Punchers too. This is Gorilla. Is it Grodd or Grode?
I believe it's
anyways,
Grodd.
Anyways, he's an Ultimate, so it's $41.99 due in October.
Bro,
What?
when McFarlane figures are $41 and you hold it, it's like holding a fucking child.
Yes.
Like, they're so fucking dense with plastic. It's like, I am getting my goddamn money's worth.
Yeah.
Because these things are
they're
huge.
enormous.
Amazing.
And they're solid figures. They're not like, sometimes companies nowadays will make them hollow. Like,
Yes.
this Raven thing is complete wad of plastic.
Yeah.
And, so they're big figs.
Also, fucking a ape monkey figure, you could also fit into almost any line. If you had a bunch of Planet of the Apes figures, boom, Gorilla Grodd in the back, just as a fucking foot soldier or whatever.
Like a brute.
Yeah, fucking Ninja Turtles, throw that motherfucker in there. Like any line, almost anywhere, you could have a big, giant ape. So I think monkey figures are great. I know he's not a monkey. Don't fucking come for me. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Nah, he's got that Ninja Turtle vibe. Totally. He's got nice color to him. That nice pop of color there.
Yeah, maybe they could have done a little bit more paint detail on the armor, but still, like, again, like you could just put him anywhere. I think it's cool.
I think he looks
I don't know
sexy.
anything about Grodd, so I think he's a
And
bad
then,
guy.
so the next one we got is from Dark Knights. I don't know anything about these next few figures, everyone, so sorry about that. But Dark Knights Death Metal Speed Metal. This is Jay Garrick. $24 due in October of 2022. And then we have from the same Dark Knights Death Metal Speed Metal. So that's the title of the comic, by the way.
Yes, so
That's
it's
so intense.
they're all tie-ins. Like
Man, I'm
Death,
so confused.
Death Metal was the main storyline, and then
Right.
they came out with Speed Metal, Death Metal. Like there's a bunch of stuff that they even like redid the story like 2 or 3 times.
So yeah. Anyways, Dark Knights Death Metal Speed Metal Kid Flash. I feel like I'm
Say that
rapping
5
or
times
something.
fast.
Yeah. About to enter a rap battle with this title. And then, so this one is the Kid Flash. Also due in October, $24.99. And then Barry Allen, which he's like kind of got black armor on instead of his red with like red painted arms. Also $24.99 due October of 2022. And then we got Wally West. I haven't heard of any of these guys.
Actually,
October
I was gonna say
2022.
Wally West is the only one that like actually looks familiar. The other ones
also,
I think are complete comic.
Also $24.99. And then moving on from this Build-A-Figure wave, we then get into Spawn. So Mortal Kombat 11 Shadow of Spawn action figure. Sean, you have this guy listed only at $12.99.
I just saw that. My bad.
I'm guessing.
Great price, Sean. I'll take it.
I know, right? 19.99, y'all. 19.99.
Okay, yeah, $19.99 due in October of this year. More of a classic looking Spawn. He doesn't really have a weapon except for like his barbed wire chains, which are pretty classic, right? If I remember from the movie, anyways. And then from there we had the Batman Who Laughs Mortal Kombat wave figure, so he's like kind of just black and white. But this
I was
is
gonna say,
really cool.
didn't they already do this? But then this is the Mortal Kombat version.
Yeah, not
so.
the Mortal Kombat. And I will say this, the Mortal Kombat stuff a lot of times looks better than the comic
Yeah, I was
stuff.
gonna say this looks a lot better than the other version that
Yeah,
came out. With.
like he's got like the bloody mouth and stuff like that. Like they're definitely not meant for kids. These ones are, and I like that more. But all these are due, or these guys are due in November apparently of 2022. But $20 for this guy as well. And then we have Cabal Rapid Red, which just looks like McDonald's colors. I think we've had almost an entire like lineup.
So
of
this
these
is
colors.
this is a variant, I guess, because I just saw Cabal on pre-order recently. It didn't even come out yet.
Yeah, Cabal's my favorite Mortal Kombat character by like a lot. I've always liked playing with it. Even because I played with him. What was it, Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega Genesis? That's what I like playing with a lot. He's pretty cheap on that.
I kind of wish that's what McFarlane would do. It's like, give me Mortal Kombat 2, because that's my Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Also $20.99 due November, and then we got their Dragons line. He finally announced this. So McFarlane's Dragons Series 8 Eternal Clan, $40 or $39.99 due in October, and this is pretty much just a statue, as far as I know. But this was a long-awaited series. This is like a throwback series, right?
Yeah, I have a couple of the old dragons. I think if you count as total dragons, I think he only made like about 8 of them, or 7 of them. And maybe that's why he calls it Series 8. But they were really awesome growing up, and they always had like cool packaging. I mean, he was known for packaging at the time.
This looks really well done. I think this looks like a cool figure. Overall, or statue, whatever you want to call it. And for $40, I think that's pretty decent. So, okay, moving on to Super 7, we got Disney Ultimates. Nightmare Before Christmas Wave. So this is, what's his name? Jack Skellington. They're all $55 and then due of summer of 2023. Jack Skellington obviously comes with his dog, the Scientific Method book, 3 head sculpts, 6 sets of hands. And then this actually is pretty cool. I feel like they got a pretty hard cult following there.
They do. Yeah. The problem is they should have announced this in like August for a release in October. Because they're gathering pre-orders before Halloween, and you're not going to see it until next year.
Yeah.
So it's just one of it's just one of those unfortunate, supply chain yada yada yada, bullshit excuse yada yada yada.
You'll have it for your early decorations, though.
Yeah.
They start selling Christmas in July, so
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so pretty cool boxing there. Like we always try and show off Super 7.
But it's cool.
Boxing.
It's cool that this wave is like a set from the movie. All the other waves have been one character from each movie. I'm sorry, I'll let you continue.
Yeah, it's like the ones you would want pretty much. So we got Sally here with her cat, basket full of random stuff. She's got her 3 head sculpts, 3 sets of hands, and then we got Oogie Boogie. This guy, I'm guessing, is quite a bit bigger. This guy's still 55, Sean?
Yeah, they were all listed at that.
Okay. That's pretty good, because I feel like they usually upcharge, what is it, like 74 for their bigger figures?
Yeah, because Oogie Boogie is supposed to be
he's 55.
Huge.
They're all 55.
Because even compared to Jack Skellington,
but like
really tall.
Jack Skellington's
Oogie Boogie's bigger than Jack.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's nice that they're able to keep that the regular price. That's cool to see there. And yeah, overall, like you said, Mark, that this is a pretty solid lineup for this wave. If it does well, I'm guessing they'll expand it. But if it doesn't, this is all really anyone needs, right? For the most part, unless you're a bigger fan.
Yeah.
But
I think it's one of the bigger parts of the movie.
Right. So, moving on to SH Figuarts, Sean, I'll throw it over to you.
Yeah, so for SH Figuarts, we have Frieza's second form P Bandai exclusive for $90 USD, due out in April 2023. Pre-orders on this are going to close on October 10th of this year. I think he looks like a really cool figure. I remember watching this particular part of the series, and I mean, I think he looks cool. But Dean, please tell us more.
Oh,
What are
okay.
you,
Yeah.
what are you
'cause I'm
laughing
the-
at, Dean?
I didn't see
Yeah.
the first finger. I thought he was flipping the bird. I was like, damn, it's kind of ballsy for.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, so this is form 3 for Frieza. He's got 4, or I guess like 6 now. But first, he kind of looks like an alien from Alien, and then he turns into this guy.
Damn, Patrick Star.
Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of a throwaway transformation because it really doesn't last very long. But
It
I
really
will say,
doesn't.
he does kill Krillin in this form.
But okay,
which is-
and they released the Krillin. That
Okay.
Krillin is out.
okay, so that's a pretty solid release. I will give them that. In terms of like, if you needed other alternate versions of Frieza, this is probably the one to do.
Someone's gonna drill a hole into Krillin and just have him pegged on his horn.
Yeah, that would be smart. How much did you say this was?
This is $90.
Okay, see, that's kind of fair. Cell, or not Cell, sorry. Frieza in this form is a pretty big guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Probably bigger than like Nappa. And Nappa was like maybe like $70 when he came out, 65. You know, it's been years, so prices have
Ginyu
gone
Force,
up.
right? Nappa.
No, Nappa was when Vegeta first showed up to Earth.
Okay.
So like this is
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
this is gonna be a large figure. So $90, it makes sense because they've been doing some fucking bullshit with Figuarts, Dragon Ball Z figures, where it's like a Kid Gohan for like $115. It's like, bro, it's like a 4-inch figure. Why are you charging me this much? Bulma, same shit. All the Namek figures, Dodoria, Zarbon, Bulma, Gohan, Krillin, have all been like stupidly priced. Where I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Goku
I
was
just
pretty
stopped
bad.
buying them.
Or not Goku, Gohan.
Gohan was egregious for how
And he
small
was,
that
what,
figure is.
like-
Yes.
Well, and
So
the fact that they've
I've
done
stopped
him cheap
buying.
before.
Wait, what?
Haven't they done him cheap before and then like just shot it up?
But it was this particular
that was like
storyline,
Teen
though.
Gohan. This is like Kid Gohan.
Oh.
So they never done Kid Gohan like fairly. But yeah, I got priced out of the Dragon Ball Z Figuarts line like years ago, which is sad because I love them. So this thing seems more fair. Like, okay, larger scale figure, $90. Like I could kind of get it. I just don't particularly like Frieza all that much to have more than one in my collection. So like I wouldn't get this. So like again, it's like the
Well,
figures
especially
that you
how far
add-
Frieza's come. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
From this point to where Frieza's come, you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of almost.
There's
like
other
a
transformations that are
nostalgic-
cooler. Yeah. And it's like the figures that you kind of need for your collection are so stupidly priced it's not even funny. And then the figures that are like, well, you don't really need it, so it'll just be a fair price. It's like, what the fuck?
My thing is if I think the figure looks cool. I remember this transformation and all that kind of stuff. The tail getting cut off, all that kind of crap. But they show him with the Dragon Ball. My thing is, okay, are you gonna provide me with the rest of them?
Well, every Namek character has come with a ball.
Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't noticed
So
that.
Zarbon, Zarbon came with, I think Dodoria might have come with 2 because usually he's carrying around 2. Frieza came with 1. What's
Doesn't
it?
that
Ginyu
Dragon-
came with 1.
Dragon
Jace came with 1.
the dragon should have them all though.
Or
Yeah, the dragon has them all in the base,
Oh,
but
okay.
they're like smaller because he's a
Right.
larger scale
Oh,
figure.
that's
So they're,
right.
but yeah, because the Namek balls are huge. Sorry.
Clip that.
Nice.
Next show.
Yeah. So like with what's his name? The dragon over there? I forgot his name.
Shenron? Or
No,
Shenron's
no,
the
it's-
Earth one.
Somebody in the chat will say it.
Damn it.
It's,
Oh,
it's
it's not a-
something, something
Chat
silly.
usually
But
rescues
anyway,
Yeah.
he's such a like out of scale character figure that like just his scale, the Dragon Balls will not be the correct size for like the individual figures. But anyway, I think it's a cool release. I don't mind the price, but like I said, it's like not a figure that you need, and all the figures that you do need are too expensive.
Plus, he's in that formation for what, like one episode? You know?
Yeah, maybe 2,
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
So the next thing we're getting is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 SH Figuarts Spider-Man $94.99 USD April of 2023. So this is going to be the second in the line of the Spider redos that they're doing. We talked about Toby 2 shows ago, something like that. I am still more of a fan of the Tobey Maguire version. I don't know if I'm going to get this. I just don't like the head sculpt of Andrew Garfield on this one. To be fair, though, the little credits down there do say that it is still pending approval. So hopefully they take a look at that.
Can't change it.
Yeah. I really don't like it. He almost looks a little too old for me. His hair kind of looks like a grayish brown. But I guess if you're just going to pose it with as a Spider-Man, he looks pretty cool. So I'm excited about that one. I have the other one on pre-order already for next year. And this one doesn't come out too far from that. Anybody have any comments on this guy?
The one thing I don't like, this is the only comment I have, are those hips.
Yep.
That's been one of my knocks on Figuarts for a while, is how they do though, like that, the pelvic area.
I will say, because I used to agree with you, but they started implementing that with the Dragon Ball line, like the Vegeta right here,
Yeah.
and it looks kind of unsightly, but it poses so well, and you really need that with a Spider-Man figure. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. honestly,
Spider-Man's got to be able to like teabag the ground, so it makes it hard for regular articulation. My biggest problem is that head sculpt. Like he looks like
Yeah, it looks more like his cousin.
55-year-old Andrew Garfield, and it's like that's my favorite Spider-Man. I'm like that dude. The disrespect, like he must see that and he thinks that shit's hilarious. He's got to think it's hilarious.
He's probably calling his attorneys.
Yeah, because I mean, it looks like one of his attorneys. It doesn't look like him at all. Like, doesn't it look like a lawyer?
I was gonna say, it kind of looks like a.
I thought it looked like
cousin.
Uncle Ben.
Yeah, it looks quarter sketch. Yeah.
This is the
Yeah, it's
multiverse
terrible.
one. This is not a actual Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, awful.
Oh shit!
And what's
Another
this?
Dragon Ball Z movie.
So
what's up, Broly?
this is the NYCC event pickup day one. I'll talk about that in a second. SH Figuarts Broly exclusive edition, $90 USD, due out October 2022. So what I like about the way they did this is that there is a certain amount of Broly's for each day. So you go to P Bandai, you select this, it's going to give you a list of each day that it's available. You can buy it on whatever day you need to buy it on, and you'll get it. So it's not like, okay, they sold out day 2 of Con, you know. You're going to be able to order this for whichever day you go for pickup. That was a big thing that they did state on there. But I think he looks cool. This is way past my Dragon Ball time. So, Dean.
Yeah,
What do you
so there's 2 Brawlies that are out. Well, there's more than 2, but for this particular movie, there's the full power. Where he looks like this, no armor, and it's a much larger figure than this one we're seeing, which is this one. So you can see the size difference there. So really, this is, from what I'm seeing, it's just a repaint with some cooler paint. You get an energy effect, and you don't get the other head sculpts. So well. You don't get the other head sculpt, so you just get the Super Saiyan hair. So, like John says, it still preserves the original release. It's just an event exclusive, cooler paint, easy pickup. I think
Necessary in the collection of Broly.
this one, I would rather have the one I have, just because it's not painted funny. Like that will only look good in certain lighting and like with the energy effect, because it's got like a green hue to it, like on his skin and his hair. But if you didn't get these Brolys, yeah, I think it's necessary, because this is the new canon Broly moving forward from this movie. Because this happened to me with Goku Black. I did not get Goku Black, and his price went fucking crazy. He was like a $200 figure, which absolutely not. And then they did the event exclusive where the paint apps were a little different, and he had shiny pink hair that was like see-through. But it didn't come with the base form head or all the accessories. It just came with the Goku Black and an energy effect. And I was happy with that. So, I mean, I think you could be happy with this if you needed a Broly.
Okay.
Yeah, I
cool.
mean it's only slightly bedazzled, so it's only got.
I
a little bit.
like it,
Yeah,
but
think
I
it's
already
cool.
have the two, so I wouldn't need to pick it up.
Yeah, no
This
way.
is a eye catcher for sure. I don't know anything about what we're talking about, but yeah, I like that paint.
Oh, really?
Which
Yeah.
movie is it? Is it
Glad
the
I
recent
jumped on
movie?
the show.
no,
This is, I believe it's just Dragon Ball Super.
I think
Broly.
I was gonna say
Okay.
I think it's definitely the second one.
Well,
The
there's
first one he
Resurrection
didn't have
F.
the terse.
No,
That was
there's
the-
Dragon Ball Super, Battle of the Gods, Dragon Ball Super, Resurrection F, and then this movie. I think it's just called Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan. And then the new one is Dragon Ball Z Superheroes or something.
Right.
So
Yeah, I didn't see that one yet.
I haven't
yeah,
either.
somehow we always get you on the perfect day. I do want to shout this out. We didn't get it on the show sheet in time because it went up at a weird time, like 5:30 or something like that today.
GT.
But this is the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta pre-order went up today, and it's sold out already on Entertainment Earth, Big Bad, I think Dorkside, Hobby Link Japan. It is still up here on Amazon, so if you guys want it, get it there.
See, $65, not bad.
Yeah, and it's
Now-
set anywhere from like I think January 2023 to April 2023, anywhere in that range. So, just wanted to throw that out for everyone who missed that.
Yeah,
or,
I mean, is it not bizarre to other people that the same amount of paint, plastic, and sculpt goes from $35 to $110?
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
it blows my mind. Like you
Well-
can go into Target and you can get a couple of them for like $32, and then it's like you go online, it's like $110 sold out, and then you gotta spend
Well,
more
the
money
figure arts they
online.
carry in Target are like usually like the Gokus, and they've released Goku so many times in so
And
many
nobody
different
cares,
versions. He's
yeah.
real cheap. But again, $65 for a premium imported figure, I get it.
That's perfect. Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
the Super Saiyan 4 figures are non-canon now. Maybe they will be later, but as we sit right now, they're non-canon anymore. Dragon Ball GT does not exist in terms of the timeline. So, like, to me, it's like, other than nostalgia, there's no point in having them. I personally don't like Super Saiyan 4.
I hate to say it. The first Super season of Super, I was totally into it, but then after that, I was like, I kind of want more GT.
Oh, I hated GT. I couldn't stand it.
Well,
So,
other
like-
than Pan, I didn't like Pan. That whole thing she was
Well,
terrible. I don't
yeah,
think they
so-
ever made her character.
No.
Thank
so
God.
like these figures to me, it's like, okay, another fairly priced figure, but you don't need them. They're not
No, yeah.
important to the story anymore. It just kind of bums me out that, again, the fairly priced ones are fucking worthless.
all right. So moving.
So the
on
last
here-
thing-
Oh, sorry.
The
Go
last.
ahead.
Okay. The last thing we have is the Godzilla versus King Ghidorah SH Figuarts Monster Arts Mecha King Ghidorah decisive battle set for $294.99 at BBTS, due out in April 2023. This guy looks crazy though. Like
Yeah.
it's
So this
I've
is-
never I don't follow any of the like the Godzilla stuff, so I didn't know this was actually a thing. But
you
I
don't
mean,
watch-
he looks crazy.
the thing is, does it show the articulation in the wings?
There were some other pictures. I think they had him flying.
Yeah, like that one shows it damaged. Was the other one damaged?
Yeah, they're switch out wings.
Dude, this is one of the I don't you guys. I've always been a sucker for like dudes in costumes and stuff like that. I think this is one of the last ones.
Yeah, they have
where
him
they were
flying in
wearing
one picture.
costumes.
You
Yeah,
have.
I think
the
these
misses
the-
dress up as Godzilla some night.
these
Is that
these
what you're
monster
saying?
these monster nah these monster no. What I just paid for, she's not wearing much. That's a whole other situation. But these monster arts, they're cool figures, but $300. I mean, does it really have to cost $300? Like, what's the license cost? Because they're not that big, right? What's this, 10 inches or something like that?
I think it's 11.
Nah, man, come on.
No, it's not. It's 9.85.
No,
They're really small.
Nah, listen,
PVC,
9.85.
ABS, and diecast.
What's diecast?
So-
What's diecast?
It does not list.
It's gonna be a fucking accessory or something. Give me a break. That's bullshit. Yeah, no. Listen, I love you. Look, I'm a big Godzilla guy. You know what I mean? I'm a big, I'd love to stomp down some I don't know, skyscrapers or something. But this, I don't know who can afford this. I mean, who's paying $300? It looks really cool. I actually really want this, but I mean, who's going to pay $300 for accessories?
Okay, this is the Monster Arts.
Yeah.
Okay, the King Ghidorah that they did for the movie was huge.
Yeah.
It was kind of a mess.
It is more than
It was a mess and it was hilarious. It was cool. I actually thought it was funny
Yeah,
because he's a lot bigger than Godzilla.
yeah, that figure is gigantic. The box alone, it was like taking home a PS5. I was like, Jesus. So like this looks like it's much more like intricate in terms of like the armor and the wings. It's swap out wings. It looked like. Did I miss that? There's like non-battle damage and then
Yeah.
battle
Yes.
damage.
Yeah.
So 4 wings. I'm not saying $300 is like super great, but like I can also like maybe kind of see it. Like I get it.
Yeah.
That's
They
a
should
lot
almost
of
do
figure.
like
Look at the
they should almost
tail.
done like a deluxe version and a regular version, because to have that 3 articulated heads, the separate wings, and I think the tail. Yeah, the tail is always two parts.
2 articulated tails.
I don't know. And are the tails articulated? Because they
usually
they're
are.
articulated. I mean, they move
Highly.
in the movie.
They're highly articulated. So, the big thing. Sorry, Sean. Why I butted in is I was so excited to talk about this thing. In a lot of the groups, a lot of people were saying this figure is significant, not because of what it is specifically. Maybe I know a lot of people did want this one, but this pretty much opened the gates for re-releases. This is one of their first straight up re-releases. And so now a lot of
Toy Arc didn't
Monster Arts
mention the previous release.
yeah,
Yeah, because they did a King Ghidorah before, didn't they?
and this version of it, the
Oh, it was
Mecha
the same
King-
The
one?
mech.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah, it's
this
been a
really
minute.
opened up the door. So a lot of people are kind of getting their hopes up for releasing, because there's like Peter Jackson's King Kong. That guy goes for like 300 some bucks, and that's like almost a 10-12-year-old figure.
In a
Like, they
horrible
could
movie, yeah.
They could release that. They could re-release Shin Godzilla, which is what I want. I will buy that in a heartbeat
Yeah.
if they re-release Shin Godzilla. But all types of things here. It really opened up the gates. So yeah, this was a really significant figure for that, and I think that's pretty cool. Like Dean said, you do get a lot with this one, especially like with these like kind of gimmicky, maybe not, these claws that come out. But yeah, the 4 sets of wings, the heads are very articulated. The Tails are the wings will flap back and forth most likely. The nice part is they'll hold each other. They'll hold themselves up. That was the one overwhelming thing about the movie King Ghidorah, is that you needed the extra stands on the sides to like keep hold the wings
The
up.
wings up.
But yeah, and with the improved paint, I'm sure this will be a pretty good figure. I think a lot of people like this retro looking King Ghidorah, I think. So yeah, that'll be cool. And so NECA didn't have a ton of news outside of kind of an event they have going on, but it's a lot of teases of things we've already seen. So we're going to just kind of move on from there and wait until we get more things to report on there. So, Sean, I'll pass it off to you.
Yeah, so for our small talk trivia leaderboard, only Sam Giss has 1 point. Sorry, guys, we haven't been here for a while, so we're going to start catching up on that. But our question for today is, Dylan, if you'd go to the next slide, please. In the movie Small Soldiers, the Gwendy dolls were voiced by which two actresses? Is it A, Christina Ricci and Amy Jo Johnson, B, Sarah Michelle Gellar and Kristen Dunst, C, Christina Ricci and Sarah Michelle Gellar, or
Ricci, I
D, Kristen Dunst and Christina Ricci?
It's Christina Ricci, right?
I've always heard it Ricci, so.
I've never heard of Ricci. That's why I was
I've heard
like,
it Ricci.
Yeah, I heard Ricci. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard it. I've never heard it that way, but hey, you know.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I could have swore Kristen Dunst was in this. I don't know. I'll say D.
Okay. Dean, what do you think?
Man, when did Small Soldiers come out?
98?
1990.
98.
Nah, it was a little before that, right? Wasn't it 96? Was it 98?
98?
Did we lose Dean?
So I'm going C. Sarah Michelle Gellar at the height of her fame, and same with Christina Ricci, sort of.
I kind of wanted to say D too, but I'll say A just because I love giving the Pink Ranger a little bit of love.
All right.
Little Amy Jo Johnson. Man, I'd love to. Shoot. Let's go.
Catch your breath, man.
Yeah.
The
All right,
answer
should we-
was.
Hold on. Should
Oh, yeah.
we
Oh,
wait
okay,
till-
okay. Get a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, just give the chat a little longer because I think Caitlin. she might
Caitlin
not
wants to be on.
Yeah, Caitlin wanted to be a part of trivia, but I haven't seen her enter yet. So, Caitlin, if you are watching, take your guess here for trivia.
Really quick though, I
or if she's
love
listening.
Small Soldiers. I love that. It was probably my favorite movie as a
It
kid.
is pretty cool.
It was cool. It was like the better Toy Story when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Like it was
And-
really cool how they did like they put the nuclear like freaking chips and the
Yeah.
war chips and the toys. Like I mean, it was actually really cool.
You know, on one of the
premise.
groups, they were talking about like vintage toy lines that you'd want to see like redone and stuff. Me and one other guy said Small Soldiers would be like 100% for a
Bro,
reboot,
that'd be wild.
100%
Yeah.
for.
I'm surprised Super 7 didn't do that because Super
Yeah.
7's like the
They
perfect
do.
kind of company for that.
Yep.
Bro, whenever I think
Yeah.
of like, what's a cool line you would like to see redone? All of them have been done. Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles,
But
Thundercats,
Small
Voltron.
Soldiers was about making. It was about making the toy and like making friends with them. You
Right.
know.
The Small Soldiers totally. That's one of those untapped markets. To be honest, really. I'm surprised.
Dude,
I don't
I've
even.
been
I
seeing
gotta
it
check
pop
because
up
that's.
a lot lately.
Is that a Disney movie? I don't know who even makes that.
think
Is it
Dream-
Universal?
Was
It was
DreamWorks
kinda
doing their
Disney.
thing?
I think it might have been.
Vintage
'Cause
says
the
Tommy Lee
movie's
Jones
very
is great.
murdery.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
Tommy Lee Jones was the commander. What was I
Yeah,
can't remember the
Chip.
character's name.
Chip Hazard.
Chip
Chip
Hazard.
Hazard.
Yeah,
Major
perfect
Chip
name.
Hazard.
for a guy that has a nuclear chip in his brain. Chip hazard.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's like
That's
so
what it is.
stupid.
Love that movie. Okay, Sean.
So,
let's give the
Yeah, I just saw your private chat. Yeah, we can do an extra point to the top two who said it.
So-
I have a question
so-
about that then, because I see someone who So the answer is C. The answer is C. Equan got it first,
Alrighty,
Okay.
Colin.
and then Toy Mafia came in at second. He said C
Well,
B.
yeah, CB doesn't count.
So,
You can't do
yeah.
that.
So then, so then the next closest one would be Vintage. Vintage got it with
yeah.
C as well.
Hey.
So we'll go.
Vintage Rebellion, yay.
My deductive reasoning didn't let me down.
Yeah, that was you got it right.
So we'll go
Two of my favorites.
Equan and Vintage.
Bro,
That is-
Sarah Michelle Gellar could fucking get it, bro.
That is
Oh,
hilarious
Whatever she
that-
wants.
Yeah, that they were both.
Yeah, anytime she
in
wants to
this.
sit down, my face is ready, man.
Oh,
shit, totally.
Like, oh, fine, spit in my mouth.
Yeah, totally.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
Use me
moving
as
on
a
to
fucking
Hasbro.
ashtray.
Before we get out of hand here. Okay, Hasbro
And there's
PulseCon
PulseCon.
coming up here at the end of the month. Just a reminder of everyone, in 2 weeks. Speaking of which, not exactly sure what we're doing for next show yet. We'll keep you guys updated. I will be out of town for a wedding. I will be traveling on Thursday night, so we'll have to figure out what we're gonna do there. Whether that's Sean running the show, or we do a pre-record. Don't know yet. So, okay. So Black Series don't have a ton of news here, but we do have two. I think we had two, right? Yeah. So we had the Battle Droid from Republic Commando and the Rocket Trooper
Yeah, that's,
from Jedi Fallen Order. Both are $27.99, shipping the spring of 2023 at some point. And they are, I believe they're live now on GameStop, right? Yeah, because they went live today.
yeah. Yes, it went live today.
Yeah. So both gaming grades, so they're GameStop exclusives, obviously. The droid is weird, like chipped away paint, like it's just mold. This had to be cheap as hell for them to make.
Yeah,
Not
I
much
mean,
paint
literally,
on it.
Hasbro's trying to literally put GameStop out of business. These two, $27.99. Are you fucking kidding me? It's like you give a stormtrooper and you give him a bazooka gun. It's like, yeah, that's what everybody wants. And then
They
it's like, oh,
always-
the albino droid. I'm like, no, nobody wants this. I wanted those droids. I wanted them in a 2-pack for $30. So what do they do? They
always
paint, they
end up-
paint one white and make it $30. Sorry, go ahead, Dylan.
No, that's fine, totally fine. I was just, I wasn't gonna say much of
Fuck
any
outta
of the
here.
substance. I was just going to say the funny thing is they always start off overpriced, like $27.99, and then you'll always catch them on sale. They have a shit ton of sales, and then you get them for the regular price anyways, or sometimes even cheaper, because they don't sell.
Yes, just put them at regular price. It's ridiculous.
It's an interesting model.
Nobody wants a stormtrooper with an orange shoulder pauldron without like that. You know that sand trooper. Well, they do the backpack then,
Yeah.
because that's the only time you've ever seen it in a movie. You know.
Right. Okay,
Sorry, go
so for the vintage collection, we had a couple things here. Or actually, no, we didn't. Not.
We had
much
nothing.
going on vintage collection. Yeah,
So 3.75 takes another fucking kick in the nuts.
they go in big waves. We lost Dean. And then Sean, I'll let you take over the legends. I know you're pretty excited for some of the news here.
Yeah, so the first Legends we got is the Thor comic Gore action figure 6-inch collectible toy. Comes with 2 accessories. I believe it's an extra set of hands, and then it's the head sculpt, and then it has like the sword and one other hand. But the hand is attached to, or the sword is attached to the original, to the body, so I guess they're not counting that. It was an Amazon exclusive. Temporarily out of stock, $30, due out in January. I believe it's the 1st is what they had originally said. I have mine pre-ordered. I kind of know that this was the guy that most Thor and Gore fans were wanting. So it's cool. I think it's cool that we're getting him years ago. Yeah. But it comes in that new packaging, so whatever, right? I'm just waiting to see what he actually looks like when it comes in, if they change anything. You guys have anything to say about this guy?
Not
just-
much. I'm
I
excited to
just-
see.
My internet took a shit, so I missed out on a lot of what you were talking about.
You didn't miss out on too much.
Still lagging.
Not. He looked comic accurate, but it's not. I mean, it doesn't. Ugh.
Oh, man.
I
It
know
looks
of
literally
him.
like-
I didn't read the story, but I think he looks cool. I mean, he's a cool cosmic character. He's gonna, for me personally, will fit in well with like the Galactus HasLab. So
He looks like a piece of sperm that like.
selling mine for 20. Selling mine for 20 now. Who wants it?
Came back from my sock and just like it was like wanted to wreak vengeance.
A black sock. Is,
Sorry. Yeah.
it was left in the corner to rot, and it sprouted life. And
Yeah,
came
manifested
for revenge.
all my evil.
The God Butcher, he's coming after you. He thinks you're God because you created him.
And that's why he's the God Butcher.
Yeah,
I
I don't know anything about it.
mind. Yeah, I don't either. I don't mind the way this guy looks, but I will say, this looks like it had some extra paint in the head or I guess the face area here. Like
Yeah.
it looks like some shading there.
Yeah,
where
and the
it looks a little
eyebrows, the
bit-
furrows.
Yeah, and around the lips. If they would have done that to fucking Noel, this would have been an amazing figure.
Mhm.
But overall,
Bro, I don't
it
have
looks like they
cricket
put-
internet, okay?
Cricket.
I'm so far away from my router. I have like 2 extenders. Not to brag, but like sometimes the signal's just like super weak. I'm sorry. I need to move my setup, but I'm just too
Yeah, I have a
fucking lazy.
I have a mesh system too, and like randomly, all of a sudden the mesh won't like connect to the router.
Yeah, it's super
whatever
annoying.
reason.
And I have to unplug them from the wall and reset them both, and then reset the router so they all start talking again. It's so fucking annoying. First world problems.
But yeah, so I think this looks cool. I know this got a lot of hate. I don't mind the way this guy looks. I will say his sword, the Necro sword, isn't as cool as Noel's. It doesn't.
Yeah.
look
No,
as
definitely
much
not.
work got put
The
into it,
only
or it's the
thing-
same one.
I would change on this figure. There's a better picture of his like waist area where he's like articulated. There. Okay, you
Yeah.
see where like the tattoo thingy kind of splits?
Doesn't line up.
I don't know if that's supposed to be a tattoo, but I would have done like a hard plastic kind of like diaper with that sculpted over so you could still articulate it and it would move because that looks unsightly. But
Yeah. 'cause
other than
there's
that,
not much black on the top half, so they could have done
right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it looks fine. I don't have a horse in the race. I don't know anything about the character. I'm not a
Same.
huge fan, so nothing really offends me about it. Just objectively, I think it looks fine.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say objectively, this is what I wanted Noel to be. I complained about the fingernails. Look at this guy's fucking fingernails. He's got them all colored. He's got the paint apps that I wanted Noel to
Wait,
have.
show Noel again. Yours? Oh fuck, he's got bandages. I was gonna say just fucking hand swap him.
I probably still could. I don't know if they'll be the right length though, since maybe they would, since this is probably going to be a bigger figure. But
Well, you're probably
don't know.
going to use the sword in some way, so you'd only have to do it to the left hand. Maybe,
Yeah.
You know.
I do not mind this figure. That's for sure.
So this is a cool one if you are subscribed to the Marvel Unlimited app, which is their digital comic subscription. Uh, they're coming back out with their figure releases for the subscribed users, along with some other kind of posters and little swag here or there. I could not find out when this is coming out, but the next figure is definitely going to be Daredevil in his yellow and red get up, is what they're calling it. This is just a tease, so we're kind of waiting on it. I went to my Marvel Unlimited app just to check it out, see if there's any kind of extra word about him or anything, and it's not there yet. So just rack up your points and kind of wait to see if you can pick this guy up. Hoping to pick him up myself. So good. It's always been a good little perk that they've done. With like you've gotten Ultron from them before. You've gotten a few other figures, so it's good to see this come back.
I think that's cool. That's a cool idea. They should do that more often. I know that probably piss a lot of people off, but I think that's a cool idea to integrate
I just think
comics more with the figures.
I think it's a little bit opportune, just with the Daredevil and all that kind of stuff, where he's kind of fitting in now with stuff. So
Yeah, definitely.
And the last thing we have is the Marvel Legends Series X Marvel's Mystique 90s animated series for $27.99 due out December 1st of this year. This goes in a lot along with the line that has already been released with Wolverine, who else?
Jean
Sinister,
Grey,
Jean Grey,
Jubilee,
and what's his
Wolverine.
name? Mr. Sinister.
Mr.
Wolverine.
Sinister,
And
and
they did that one-off guy that they've never done before. that
Oh,
everyone's excited about.
where he
Morph.
changes morph, yeah.
Yeah. So this is cool. Has the baby, gun, couple guns, an extra pair of hands. I mean, not an X-Men
Baby
fan, but
Nightcrawler, right?
yeah, baby Nightcrawler. So they're rounding out some of the more important characters. I guess we're just waiting on a Magneto now.
And she's super expensive. She was like $80 some or something.
Oh yeah, she was an expensive figure.
But she should be a little bit lighter blue, because that's the way she was in the animated show. So I mean that's my only gripe. I don't want all the extra accessories. I'd rather just have like the true animated cell painting,
Yeah.
paint job. But I mean I already pre-ordered it, so I mean obviously I'm not complaining. I think these are really cool. And they make them very collectible with the boxes.
Yeah, these are the only ones I care about the boxes because of how cool they are to store and how easy they are to store.
Totally.
Like, you can literally store 6 figures like as far like a foot wide pretty much on your shelf. That's what's awesome.
Real quick, we're gonna backtrack. David said the diecast on the Ghidorah is on the ankles and the chest, pre-ordered.
Nice. Okay, I did not know that on that figure. That's good to know. So that one's got
He might be a
the
little
other
top
two
heavy,
don't.
so I guess it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, Cash, thanks for tuning in.
What's up, Cash?
Hey, what's up, Cash?
Oh, Cash.
All right, so we don't have much on G.I. Joe here, but 3-0 actually has some pretty good news coming out here. So the first, probably the biggest news that we want to talk about were their DLX Iron Spider tees. So this is their 112 scale premium line for their Infinity Saga. It says 3-0's most popular Marvel Studios. The Infinity Saga DLX series continues with DLX Iron Spider as the upcoming release. The Iron Spider is an armored version of Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. And then it says the DLX Spider-Man is a fully articulated figure that stands approximately 6.3 inches tall and is constructed of 3-0's unique die-cast zinc alloy and engineer-grade plastic frame system, providing rigid joints and structural integrity with the high range articulating that allows for various action poses. The figure features a metallic red, blue, and gold color scheme, including web slinging accessories, 2 pairs of articulated and detachable pincers, and an authentic likeness to the sleek armor as seen in the movies. So, biggest thing I think to like read through the lines there is they make no mention of a head sculpt or a portrait. We have not seen one yet in this line.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, it does not break my heart. Obviously, like we can't have a Captain America without, his face. But I'm fine with it. I don't really need it. I wind up never displaying my Iron Man with them. That's a personal preference. I understand people who are going to be disappointed by this, but I don't think this will have a head sculpt or face portrait. But either way, really cool that there's diecast in the Iron Spider.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm very excited for this. I might get this. I'm not the biggest fan of this look of Iron Spider, or of like the MCU Spider or anything like that.
Bro.
But I would probably get this.
You're out of
I'm
your
gonna-
mind. That's
I'm
the
gonna jump on
coolest
this.
Iron Spider ever.
Comic version,
Really?
man.
Well,
I
Iron
don't like
Spider,
the comic
Iron
version.
Spider
Comic
wise.
version.
I think the comic version looks so goofy.
It's better. It's a
I-
better gold. It's a more. I think it's a more candy red.
I agree there should be more golden red, but I love this design so much.
So
Yeah.
And
I'm
three-
probably good. I want to see like a better, just like I want to see what it actually is going to look like. You know, I'm excited about it. I will probably pick this up because my SH Figuarts Iron Spider never came in from in-game, so it just never like it was on order with Diamond, and they were like it's allocated, and then 2 months turned into 5 months, and 5 months turned into a year, and now it's been two or 3 years.
They didn't
and I
take any
just-
of your money, did they?
No, I canceled the order, and
Okay,
because
perfect.
I did it at Heroes, and they're like, no, like we get it, you know, here's this, and I was gonna buy something else anyway, so I just put it towards that, and but it's gonna fit just fine, and I agree with you, Dylan. I don't need the head sculpt, although with the accuracy in the in-game battle scene that I have behind me, his mask is not on, but I'm excited to put him next to some of these SH guys because he was bending down too right before the charge. So
I mean, it probably wouldn't be impossible to just fit the head on with a little 2-part putty or sticky
Yeah.
tack. Just stick the, you know, but unless there's like LEDs in this and you fucking pull them out, I don't know.
that
I don't
would
know
be
how
really
intricate
good.
the DLX line is.
One thing after looking at the 3D render here of it, aren't the Iron Spidey arms supposed to be bigger than that, longer than that? I won't read too much into it, but I hope, aren't they supposed to be?
In certain scenes, definitely.
Yeah, I think it just whatever fits on
yeah.
screen.
For whatever CGI
Yeah.
Might be
wise,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, so then to the actual, and then they also teased the Infinity Saga DLX Iron Man Mark II, which I'm for sure going to get that one. That's one of my favorite armors.
Got the hot toys right here.
I don't have the
It's an
Hot
awesome
Toy
figure.
Mark II. Him and Hod on that one way too long, and then it was one of the ones that was like in stock for like 3 days and then sold out.
Yeah.
I have a Mark 7 I'm trying to get rid of.
Really?
I want that Mark 46 so bad, dude.
Oh,
God.
yeah. I ordered that today.
I'm going to sell
'cause
this
I-
thing fucking cheap.
The hot
just so I
toys.
can
You
get
ordered
it.
the hot toys.
Yeah, I sold my old one, but I am feeling a little cheated that this new one doesn't have a head sculpt. But either way,
Especially
anyways,
for $455. What the fuck?
right? Yeah. So this one is an actual release. I think this just went up today or recently, very recently. So this is the Marvel Studios Infinity Saga DLX Iron Man Mark. This is the War Machine Mark II, and this is due of sometime in Q2 of 2023, and goes for about $100, $99. So
This would be
this guy
from
looks
Iron Man 2 and Ultron.
beginning of Ultron, or did he not change suits like Tony did?
Well, because he didn't show up till later in Ultron.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, at the
end.
very end.
Yeah, the very end.
Yeah.
Either way,
maybe
great.
Maybe it was then.
I believe this is just. Yeah, I think this is Ultron. Because in Iron Man 2, it was the Mark 1. Or.
Yeah,
whatever it is
you
for
know
Iron
what? It is Ultron because he had an actual Gatling gun on his shoulder in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Do I have it up
I
here?
do like that they can do the flying pose like this, because that's like It's like a low key hard thing to do with a lot of figures.
Mm-hmm.
They can't like do. A lot of times it's like a neck/head thing that they can't do because there's not typically enough back articulation. But I still don't know how anyone could fly like this for a long period of time. Would have to be so uncomfortable.
Well, the suit's doing all the work, man. The exosuit.
I guess, but yeah. So this guy's obviously gonna have be pretty heavy in diecast, I think overall as well. But yeah, so that's what we
Um,
had. What?
I was just gonna ask, just because I don't really know this line.
Mhm.
Are these well received? I mean, they keep pumping them
Yes.
out, so
Yes, very
Eddie-
people
well.
really like them.
Eddie, who, as you know, is a fairly critical human being,
Fairly,
Loves 'em.
okay. That's being
he
generous.
loves them. Yeah, they're.
I love
I
Eddie.
will say they're big. They're scaling big, but every 1/12 scale company seems to be scaling big nowadays, except
Yeah.
for SH Figuarts. I still say SH Figuarts is still the only true 1/12 scale.
112 scale. I agree with that.
But if they all scale together, I don't care. If this scales with Mafex, Mezco, Marvel Legends, that's fine in my mind then.
Cool.
But yeah, I think these are really well received. I will say there probably will be some, for sure, on that should be on probably the awards come that season.
Cool.
I think Hulkbuster qualifies for this year. So we had on our last show, we kind of did our mid-year rewards, Dean, and that Hulkbuster pretty much kind of
Nice.
was a
Yeah, I have
on
a
that for a
vested interest in the success of 3-0 and their non-6 scale lines because they're coming out with the Robotech stuff.
Ooh,
And I honestly cannot fucking wait.
yeah. They
I'd
they
look like
seem to
every
do-
day on their Instagram, like, did they release something?
They
Are
seem
they
to do
supposed to
pretty
pick?
high end work. I think
Yeah.
they're doing a good job there. Just like we said, hopefully they keep doing good. But Dean, can I ask you for the honor?
I gotta go, guys. I'll see you later. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
no, that's
Of course,
fine.
I love shouting out the Patreonies, man.
All right.
They keep the lights on over here on our neck of the woods. So we want to give a huge shout out to Sean Fear, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Gist, Daminator, Joao Bretta, Thomas Clark, Sweet Danny Lee, Dee Dee Martin, Stephen Crett, Big Old Fern, King Zach, Caesar Mariquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bomaski, Rick DeGregorio, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, The Illustrious Rainer, Alad Morgan, Tukathri Wa, Derek B., Aries Portillo, Pablo Meza, Carlos Saavedra, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Don Maton, Jimmy James, Stephen Percha, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Steve and Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer.
Brenton should only get a Brenton Palmer for today.
Oh, yeah. Where the hell is he?
I don't know. He said he had something going on early tomorrow, I think. So.
Lame.
This reminds me, every time I do this read, there's this guy I've been following for years. And it's like my favorite podcast. It's actually kind of one of the reasons why we do Tuesdays on Collecting Weekly for the show. It's because that's when his episodes would go up. And I was like, bro, let's do Tuesdays. But he was like, oh, if you join the Patreon, I'll tell you to go fuck yourself for and like any tier. And he had a stream. It was like 8 hours of him telling all his Patreonies. He's like, oh, shout out, well, I've joined it. So he's like, shout out Dean Martin. Go fuck yourself. Because that's kind of like his humor. He's kind of crass and a bit of an asshole. So it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, so
That is
I'm
pretty
on some live stream somewhere where he tells me to go fuck myself. It's great. But I would never tell that to our Patreonies because I love them
love
and
them.
they're so great.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. Our September Patreon benefits, we have the 2,000 subscriber sticker for Collecting Weekly, and then the Live and Let Dice sticker. October is coming. Like coming. So that should be here, I think, by the next show, Zach said. Our YouTube channel members that we also want to shout out: Mojo Z78, Absolute Irwin, Test Jess 1, DK Avenger 702, MFG Rick, S Beam, Andreas IB, Daminair, Sam Gist, Thomas Clark, Benjamin Hansen, Chris V, Big Ol' Fern, OG Fan, The Pembricas, Mark Pearson, Ben Thomas, Paul Schreiber, Andrew Gable,
Kibo.
CC3PO, Lima Hernandez, Carlito, CT603, Eddie Mendez, Luke Fredericks, and Sia Dreams. Thank you guys as well. If you want to become a Patreon, the Sweet Angel tier, $5 a month, you get a sticker sent straight to your door, as well as access to Ox After Dark replay, and then Certified Crispy at $15 a month. You get all of those, including official Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge, and then assistance with figure fixes by Zach. International postage will be charged at cost for the certificates. Then the What a Guy tier, $25. You get all of those. You also get an exclusive Pogs Deluxe set on first pledge. Doubles of all the stickers we send and benefits of the previous tiers as well. International postage above $5 will be charged at cost for the Pogs. For YouTube members, if you just want to be a YouTube member, Peanut Gallery, $2.99. You get the member shoutouts and then special loyalty badges and emojis. And then if you are a Patreon already, it is only 99 cents. So now for our network, Collecting Weekly Live. If you want to see more Dean every Tuesday at 8:30 Central, Only Fools and Collecting, they will be going live next Thursday. We alternate live streaming with them. And then so 2 Thursdays from now is normally when we would. Like I said, it's up in there what we're gonna do yet. I'm kind of leaving it up to Sean. So if you guys don't like the choice, yell at Sean. Don't yell at me. After Dark is every Wednesday, still at 10:30 Central, right, Dean?
Yes.
Okay. Just make sure. Well, one night I'm pretty sure I could have swore I tuned in and it like started at like 11 or something like that, or it was
Wait, which show?
After Dark.
After Dark.
Oh no, we started 10:30.
Okay.
I think maybe we started late, but yeah, it's 10:30.
Okay. Bricks and Brews, usually once a month, and it's usually the last Sunday of the month, but I think that is scheduled for September 18th. Yeah, at 6 p.m. So yeah, this Sunday, the Ringcast. Mark, can you give us an update there?
Yeah, actually, we're gonna do the Rings of Power recap episode here. Not at this next weekend. We have I think it's next weekend, maybe.
Vintage.
Next weekend, we're gonna try and do an episode, as long
Okay.
as everybody can make it. And I think I want to have Dean on because Dean
Is it recapping the show up till that point, or just the first?
It's
episode?
recapping the show to that point, thoughts, and kind of like touching up. Because the problem with that show is they don't have the rights to the books, so it's kind of like this. Like it's a little bizarre. It's kind of bizarre because everybody's critiquing it against the books, but they don't have the rights. So it's just kind of like talking about that, and just bouncing ideas and just what everybody thinks. Because it's not, the show's not bad, but it's not great. And then a lot of people are like, it's kind of going through that same thing that the sequel trilogy went through, but it's not nearly as bad. The show is way better than The Last Jedi. So, you know what I mean? It's just kind of talking about that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And then just answering questions.
Cool. So keep a lookout for that, and then Collecting Weekly Live Unboxing every Monday with John, as well as his Friday show, The Collectors Club. They should be going live tomorrow. And then Live and Let Dice. I just saw Cody post that the next episode's getting delayed. But yeah.
What's up, Ben?
That seems a little bit more sporadic of a show, random times, but that's typically that's the Dungeons and Dragons show, and that's usually a pretty popular one. So if you want to support us, check out some of our t-shirt designs we got on T-Republic. I gotta update this because I think we got some good ones, but yeah, so there is our show. I think that is the marathon that we had. 2-hour show. That's about what I expected. And it wasn't crazy amount of news. News always seems to settle down after Comic-Con in a good way. Makes it more manageable, I feel like, for everyone. But yeah, do you guys have any last shout-outs here before we say goodnight?
Shout out to Mark and Dean. Thanks for jumping on
No,
last minute. We appreciate y'all.
Well, I'd like to shout out to Small Talk. I mean, I would love to know like a little bit beforehand because
Yeah.
I had a weird day where I got jazzed up like real hardcore, and then I was like, "Oh, you want to be on?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then my neighbors came over, and I was just like, "Oh, he's fucking leave, just go."
They're
And I was trying to
watching
kick
right
him out of my house, and then my wife's like, "You coming to bed?" And I'm like, "No, we're going upstairs." Like,
Yeah.
so,
No, and
dude, it was such a blessing to be on. And next time, I'm just gonna beg, and then I'll properly prep. I'll have all my little pickups and stuff. But thanks for having me on. I'm sorry if I blabbered over anybody.
No, you're good, man.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I love you guys.
yeah,
And I
Yeah,
love the
shout
chat
out.
too. Thanks for the chat.
Dylan always says I welcome whenever, and
yes.
I tuned in on I just ate, so I was like, oh, let me sit down and watch the show. So I tuned in, and it was just Sean and Dylan. I was like, let me go hang out with the homies. So
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Thanks guys for hopping on. It was, in our defense, it was last second on our end too. I think both Brenton and Eddie told us they weren't going to make it. What was it, like 2 hours before the show? So we got told last second. So I appreciate you guys hopping on. It made for a good show. Obviously, you guys are welcome anytime. And yeah, Mark, if you ever want to come on, just ping us for the
Well,
link.
now
You're
that
always
you said that,
welcome.
like for the 10th time, next time I'm gonna invite myself on, and then
There
you're
you
gonna
go.
regret that.
Yeah,
But let's
and
go.
like, and Dean, I consider him pretty much like damn near a founder of Small Talk because he was on here so much at the beginning. So, yeah.
Dad.
yeah, shout out to my buddy Will. He popped in the chat. That's nice.
Oh,
Trying to
Thanks,
feed the
Will.
algorithm.
yeah. Thanks to the whole chat. You guys were a lot of fun. It was good hopping in during the having a live show again. It always feels good. I always miss you guys when we don't go live, and it always feels way too long. So, thanks everyone.
Ben says he would jump on, but he's trying to avoid the slippery slope of small scale. Ben, you're already on the slope of small scale.
he gets
Yeah,
You're buying
do
Batman
it.
figures and Ninja Turtles. Just
Yeah.
fucking do it, bro.
Yeah, does he not know what small scale means? Look at all my
You're halfway
6
down the fucking slide, bro. Just
Yeah.
enjoy the ride now.
He passed out on the way down, and now he's just coming to. That's what it
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like about
6
to trip down the hill here.
is. Exactly.
I know it's hard for some guys to think 6 inches small scale, but it's
It's very average scale actually. So
it's enough scale.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
enough.
it's small. It might be a small scale, but it's enough scale. It does the job.
All right. Well, thanks everyone to tuning in. Yeah, thanks Dean and Mark for hopping on. It was fun. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. Have a good night, everyone.
Jumbo.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.